You know that feeling, right? You get a full 8 hours of sleep, but you wake up with this deep, heavy exhaustion just lingering in your bones. Yeah, that's not just normal tiredness. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving deep. We are translating dense nutritional biochemistry and cutting edge longevity research into actual actionable protocols. We want to help you reclaim your energy and your mental clarity. We're moving way past generic wellness advice and looking straight at the molecular mechanisms that govern how we age, how we heal, and ultimately how we thrive.
The friction of modern life, the constant pinging of notifications, high-pressure jobs, fragmented sleep, it literally triggers a cascade of systemic inflammation. We almost always treat stress as this purely psychological thing, but your cells, they experience it as a physical crisis. It feels like a literal physical weight on your brain, because, metabolically speaking, your nervous system is completely overloaded and struggling to clear out the molecular debris. Section 1. The Burnout Epidemic, Modern Friction versus Cellular Resilience.
So the fire driving that constant exhaustion, it's heavily fueled by what's on your plate. A highly processed, nutrient-devoid diet is literally sending stressful, pro-inflammatory instructions to your cells every single day. The standard American diet doesn't just make us gain weight. It actively drives what researchers call the diseases of civilization, things like heart disease, metabolic syndrome, and severe cognitive fatigue. Every time we grab refined carbs to push through a stressful afternoon, we are essentially pouring gasoline on an inflammatory fire and hitting fast forward on cellular aging.
Section 2. Neuroscience of Brain Fog, Inside the Cellular Battle.
To really understand this, we have to look under the hood. The root cause of your brain fog isn't a personality flaw, and it isn't just a lack of sleep. It's a biological gridlock known as neuroinflammation, or inflammaging. Basically, this is chronic, low-grade systemic inflammation mediated by a specific pathway in your body called NF-kappa. When this pathway is constantly firing, it aggressively eats away at your cognitive sharpness. It's an active inflammatory fire inside your neurovascular system that is just draining your energetic reserves. Right now, inside your cells, there's a delicate tug-of-war happening between two major nutrient-sensing pathways. Think of mTOR as your cellular gas pedal. It promotes growth, sure, but when it's overactivated by constantly eating, especially animal proteins, it accelerates cellular aging. Then, on the flip side, we have AMPK. This is your cellular repair pathway. AMPK actually kicks in when energy is depleted. So, to heal burnout, we have to strategically suppress that mTOR gas pedal and activate AMPK. And when you finally let your energy deplete, like during a fast, you trigger this miraculous process called autophagy. Think of autophagy as your brain's deep cleaning cycle. It's a vital self-cleaning mechanism where your cells literally eat their own damaged parts. They clear out all that molecular waste generated by chronic stress. Turning on autophagy is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to restore sharp, sustained focus and protect your brain from long-term decline.
Section 3. The Gut-Brain Connection, Foundation of Resilience. You know, we often look for a magic pill to fix our mood, but the answer might actually be sitting right in a jar of fermented cabbage. The gut-brain axis is a two-way street. A chaotic gut guarantees a chaotic mind. For high performers dealing with constant pressure, incorporating foods like kefir, kimchi, kombucha, and sauerkraut builds a biological shield. A diverse microbiome helps your body handle stress, lowers that systemic inflammation we talked about, and literally aids in the production of mood-regulating neurotransmitters to keep you emotionally grounded. Section 4. Superfoods for Cognitive Clarity. 30%. That is a massive number. It represents the reduction in cardiovascular risk found in the famous Pre-Med trial. Researchers found that when a Mediterranean diet was supplemented with extra virgin olive oil or mixed nuts, it dropped the risk of cardiovascular death, heart attacks, and strokes by an astonishing 30%. That is the sheer power of functional nutrition working at the vascular level to actively defend your brain cells.
Let's break those superfoods down. Leafy greens open up your blood vessels to dramatically improve cerebral blood flow. Berries are packed with anthocyanins that actively protect your brain cells from oxidative rust. Extra virgin olive oil delivers these raw, minimally processed polyphenols that shield your cells. And walnuts provide crucial heart-healthy fats. Replacing empty, processed calories with these specific functional foods gives you steady, sustained energy. You can literally bypass that brutal afternoon crash altogether. But here's where we need to look past the marketing hype. While the omega-3 fatty acid DHA is incredibly vital for the brain, recent research brought up a really surprising nuance. High levels of EPA, which is another fatty acid commonly found in massive doses in fish oil, were actually linked to a context-dependent vulnerability. In models of repetitive mild head impacts, high EPA was associated with weaker neurovascular repair and reduced barrier integrity. It's a really powerful reminder that more isn't always better, and precision in our nutrition really matters.
Section 5. Activating your longevity pathways.
We have decades of data across multiple dietary frameworks, from the Mediterranean to DASH, the Mind Diet, and the Blue Zones. While they each have their own distinct roles, the shared secret across all of them is undeniable. It's a remarkably high intake of plant-based, unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods. Collectively, these are the dietary patterns that calm systemic inflammation, improve your metabolic function, and trigger those profound cellular repair mechanisms that clear out the brain fog. Adhering to these plant-rich principles while keeping your intake of salt, sugar, and highly processed foods super low is incredibly powerful. To put it in perspective, Blue Zone's research suggests adopting these habits can add an astonishing 10 years or more to your lifespan. But it's not just about lifespan, it's about adding those years with high vitality and mobility, ensuring you have the physical and mental energy to actually thrive.
Section 6. Habits for lifelong vitality. Okay, let's translate all this science into 4 highly sustainable daily habits you can start tomorrow morning. By stacking these steps, you can completely change your metabolic trajectory. First, delay breakfast. This extends your overnight fast and naturally activates that deep cleaning AMPK pathway. Second, adopt the 80% rule, or hara-hachi-bu. Stopping when you're 80% full maintains a slight caloric deficit that prevents insulin resistance. Third, front-load your calories, so your smallest meal is in the evening, respecting your circadian rhythms. And fourth, just move naturally. Walk and engage in physical activities seamlessly throughout your day to prevent metabolic stagnation.
But here is a profound truth we cannot ignore. Diet alone isn't a magic bullet. The longest living populations on Earth also master the psychology of longevity. Having an ikigai, a clear purpose to wake up for, intentionally downshifting daily routines to shed tension and lower cortisol, belonging to tight-knit social or faith-based circles, prioritizing your loved ones. Deep social connection actually physically alters your biology. It molecularly pulls your nervous system out of fight or flight and grounds you against modern pressures. So when you combine these neuroscience-backed dietary shifts with a calm, purpose-driven lifestyle, you aren't just being healthy. You're actively sending brand new molecular instructions to your body. You're programming your cells to repair, to thrive, and to endure the friction of the modern world with profound resilience. You are, quite literally, building a fortress against burnout. Ultimately, the science is clear. Living longer isn't simply about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. We have the power to choose to actively repair our bodies rather than letting the modern world degrade them. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with all that vibrant, reclaimed energy you wake up with tomorrow? Thanks for joining us on this explainer. Keep optimizing and take care of your resilient mind.